Hey everybody, this is Rail Lunar, and welcome to Let's Play Pokemon Fire Red Part 3. In the last part, we got our Pokedex from Professor Oak, and we got some Pokeballs. Nice. So next, we're gonna finish exploring Viridian City. I'm just gonna show some of the most important things you can do here. Okay, oh, let's not go north. Okay, so if we go west, and we come up here, there's actually a little hidden path, and we can find a potion. Yep, potion, you guessed it. Awesome. Alright. So, if we actually go out to the west over here, we're going to come to Route 22. Now, Route 22 actually leads to the Victory Road, which is actually the ending of the game. Yeah. So the game actually teases us with the end right from the start, which is pretty horrible on their part. But anyways, we're gonna come up north here. There's a strange old man. Oh, well now, I had my coffee, that's what I need to get going. Okay, so before we actually deliver Oak's parcel, this path is actually blocked by the old man. He's actually laying down pretty funny stuff. Now he's had his coffee and he's ready to go. So this is just a short tutorial on how to catch Pokemon. I already showed you guys how to do it, but basically he's going to go into his bag, go to the Pokeball pocket, and just use a Pokeball. Now what he fails to do is actually lower the Weedle's HP to either the health being in the yellow or even better the red. It'll increase his chances. But for the purposes of the tutorial, it's going to be 100% catch. Okay. I believe in Pokemon Yellow he actually doesn't catch the Weedle, which is pretty funny. Alright. Was that educational? And he's going to give us the Teachy TV. Honestly, the Teachy TV is really unnecessary. And yeah, it just teaches you about some of the basics. But anyway, let's come up here. And we're going to find the first Pokemon gym. Alright, the Viridian City Pokemon gym. Fortunately, we can't actually visit this gym because this is actually the last gym. Yeah, remember what I said about the game teasing us about the ending? Yep. So if we come over here, Viridian's gym's doors are locked, and it's gonna knock us back over that ledge, unfortunately. Yeah, but anyway, let's just go north to Route 2. Okay. So let's go north. Alright, so in Route 2, we have our, our basic Pidgeys and Rattatas, but we can also meet a new Pokemon here. It's Caterpie, the bug type. Okay. Now, Caterpie is pretty uncommon in this part, but going north into the next area, it'll be a little bit more common. Now, remember how I showed you Route 22? We're actually going to go back there in a little bit, but we're just not ready yet. There's actually a battle coming up there, and I just want to get my team a little bit more prepared. Right? And so we can do so by going to the next route. Okay? And it's the Viridian Forest, which is technically the first, I guess you could say dungeon, if you want to say it in RPG terms. First dungeon of the game. Okay? Talk to this guy right here. Came here with some friends, and they're all itching to get into battles. So we're actually going to verse all of his friends as we go through the Viridian Forest. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm actually going to be catching my second team member in this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut here, and then when I come back, where I'm actually going to find the Pokemon I need. Finally, I found my Pikachu. Okay, so as you can see, Bulbasaur gained a couple levels while I was trying to find Pikachu, but finally got it. Okay, so just to get its HP down a little. Gonna use Thunder Shock. Hopefully it doesn't paralyze. Okay. This way I don't knock out the Pikachu. But, yep, so Bulbasaur actually learned Vine Whip its first attacking grass move. This is pretty cool. So like I said earlier, Final is going to get a boost because not only is it a grass type move, but Bulbous is a grass type. So we get that same type attack bonus. See how much tackle does? Okay. Another Thunder Shock. Now, good thing for me, electric type moves are not very effective against grass types. The reason I'm catching Pikachu though is because flying moves are super effective against grass types, but electric moves are super flying against flying types. So it'll give you some type coverage. Very important whenever you play Pokemon. Okay, so let's use a Pokeball. Okay, come on, let's go. Yes! And I got myself a Pikachu on the first try. Yeah, Pikachu only has, I believe, a 5% chance of being found in the Viridian Forest. Okay, no nickname. Good. Now let me just show you guys another feature of the Pokemon games that was introduced in Generation 3, and it's the Nature's function. Okay, so the nature of a Pokemon actually indicates whether or not one of its stats, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, goes up or down. So you can see here, Bulbasaur is a quiet nature. So its special attack is going to be higher than normal, and I believe its speed is going to be lower than normal. Okay, now let's check Pikachu. It has a rash nature. Oh, it's good. Okay, so rash nature special attack goes up, and I believe one of the defensive stats actually goes down. That's good. Electric type moves are actually the power of electric type moves are actually based on your special attack stat, which is good. And Pikachu can either be a physical attacker or a special attacker. I'm gonna have sort of a mixed attacker on my team, but this is good. Alright, I like this a lot. Okay. Well, I'm actually gonna put Pikachu in the lead. The thing about Bulbasaur is that it, like I said, it only has its Vine Whip move, which is a grass move. And then it also has Tackle. Now it's not a physical attacker, so Tackle's not going to do much. But the thing about its grass move, it's not going to be very effective in this part because we're dealing with a lot of bug types in the Viridian Forest. Okay, and we're going to see a couple of them. So what I'm actually going to do is that I'm actually going to get my Pikachu's levels up a little bit, and then I'm going to come right back. Okay. Alright, so after a quick grinding session, let me just show you my Pikachu. Okay, so Pikachu is now level 8, right, and it gained a couple new moves, specifically Tail Whip and Thunder Whip. Okay, so I'm actually back here in Viridian City, and now we're going to head west onto Route 22 again. Alright. So today, January 9th, they actually released the names of the two legendaries, or should I say, like the I guess the Generation 6 mascots. They revealed their names, which they're kind of hard to pronounce, but they tie into the whole X and Y. The X-looking stag one has an X in its name, and the Y bird has a Y starting in its name. I'll put a link in the description to an article where I actually read that. Okay. Oh, and so if you head west, we'll actually see Gary again. Okay. So this is actually going to be rival battle number 2. You can actually skip this. This isn't mandatory, but I still like it because, you know, it's some extra trainer experience. Okay. And so the reason why I caught Pikachu was because of this. His level 9 Pidgey. Yeah. There's no way I would have taken this on with just a Bulbasaur. Anyway, I'm just going to start off with a Tackle. And I'm going to finish it off with a 1-2 punch of 2 Thunder Shocks. Okay, down goes Pidgey. Cool. Alright, next is this Charmander. Level 9. I'm going to use Thunder Wave just to paralyze it. Paralysis, its status condition, it lowers the opponent's Pokemon's speed, and also has a chance of being paralyzed for that turn. Just now I just saw. Okay, and just some Thunder Shocks. Oh boy, they didn't do a lot. Another Thunder Shock. Okay, it looks like this is gonna... I'm gonna use a potion just in case he gets a critical hit. Okay. So this looks like it's gonna be a 4-hit knockout. One more hit and we should be done. Thunder Shock. Okay, and there we go. And Gary is defeated the second time. Yep, and some quick experience, like I said. Nice. Okay, we defeated our rival Gary. Yep. So if we continue going left, we're actually going to go to the Pokemon League. But like Gary said, there's a guard blocking the door, and he won't let you by essentially, unless you have the first badge. And then from there on, there are 7 more guards who won't let you pass unless you have their respective badge as well. Alright, so I did get hurt a little bit, so let's just go back to the Pokemon Center. Alright, like I said, free healthcare in Pokemon games, it doesn't get any better than that. Kinda wish we had that here in the US. Yep, there's my first little secret. I'm from the US, in case you couldn't tell. Alright, so let's head north, back into Viridian Forest. Right, so I have a final list of the Pokemon that I want to use for this LP, but I'm just not gonna reveal them all just yet. I might do so in a couple future episodes. But yeah, so far we have Bulbasaur and Pikachu with Grass type and Electric type. Sorry, Thunder type. Alright, so back into Viridian Forest. And so let's just explore a little bit. Okay. So there are a couple of items here that I guess other trainers drop. And I'm just going to show you where those items are. Another wild encounter. Okay, so this is one of the bug Pokemon you can find here, Metapod. The evolved form of Caterpie. It's a more defensive Pokemon. The problem with Metapod is that it likes to use Harden, which raises its defense. It can be kind of annoying, but thankfully Pikachu has Thunder Shocks, which are special attacks. So its attack power isn't lowered by Harden. And we're gonna find a Pokeball. Nice, always good to have extra Pokeballs. Alright. What do we have here? Hopefully, okay, yeah, so here Caterpie, like I mentioned before, it evolves into Metapod, and then it evolves into Butterfree afterwards. Now Caterpie, Metapod, and Butterfree, they're bug types. Butterfree, bug flying type. It's got a lot of weaknesses, specifically fire, flying, and rock, which are some of the best defensive types in the game. So bug types aren't always the best, especially in Generation 1 they weren't the best. Preferably you want to use them early on in the game, but then you want to ditch them soon after, because their moves just aren't up to par. Yeah, you don't want to go up against a flamethrower with a confusion. I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail later. Okay, let's come down here. I'm going to grab a potion, another free potion. Alright, so let's go north. And we should have, yep, our first Pokemon trainer battle, technically, if you don't count Gary. Yep. So when we lock eyes, start our Pokemon battle. Alright, Pikachu, let's go. So I definitely want Pikachu to gain some levels here in the early on in the Viridian Forest, because we have the first gym coming up, and Pikachu won't be much use in that one anyway. Alright, and Pikachu's been poisoned. Poison's another status condition. At the beginning of every turn, poison will actually take a little bit of your health away. There are 2 types of poison. There's normal poison, and then there's toxic poison. I'll go over the differences a little bit later when we encounter toxic poison, but over time, toxic poison actually is a little bit more lethal. Okay, and next up is another Caterpie. Okay, and you can see poison damage, right? It's going to lower my HP. I'm going to go into my bag and use an antidote, and that's going to cure poison. Alright. Caterpie's using his tackle. Okay, so Viridian Forest it's not that big. It just seems kind of overwhelming because we're at a dreadfully slow walking pace. A little bit later we're gonna grab a pair of running shoes, so we'll have to move a little faster. But for right now we're kind of moving at a crawl. Almost level 10. Okay. No, Caterpie can't hack it. Caterpie can't do a lot of things, unfortunately. Alright. So let's continue north. Another plug catcher, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna Kakuna. Kakuna is the evolved form of Weedle. It's a bug poison type. So is Weedle. And Kakuna evolves into Beedrill, which is the counterpart to Butterfree. Just like Butterfree, it's good early on in the game, but as you progress later onto the game, its offensive stats just don't stack up. So the Pokemon we'll find later. And just like Metapod, Kakuna is very defensive and it'll use Harden, but it gives a little bit more experience. Right. And another bug catcher. Let's see. Can't jam if you're a Pokemon. Can't jam out if you're a Pokemon trainer. I guess it means you can't cop out, but you can't deny. It's Pokemon battle. Alright, bug catcher's done. Alright, he's getting started off with his Weedle, but we got our mighty Pikachu. I know it's kind of, kind of oxymoronic to say mighty Pikachu. But yeah, Pikachu, it's not that bad in Gen 1. It's good against flying types and water types. It's fast. It's got usable, it's passable offensive stats. It is frail. Its defense and its HP stats aren't that good. But for the purposes of the Doom game, I guess I would recommend it. There weren't that many electric types. So this is Kakuna. Alright. It's a good thing Pikachu has that Thunder Shock, like I said, because Kakuna's hardened. Once it uses like 2 or more hardens, you can just kiss your PP goodbye. And no PP PowerPoints. The number of PPs, the number of times you can use a certain move. If your Pokemon runs out of PP in all of its moves, it's going to use a move called Struggle. Once it uses that move, your Pokemon actually takes damage. Alright, so you don't want to run out of PP. Alright. And look, another dropped item. And it's an antidote. Good. Okay, let's continue north. Let's wrap around this way. Okay, north, and another trainer. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to look at other trainers to initiate battle, as long as they catch you in their eyes. Now, here's a Caterpie. Oh boy, so many Caterpies. I know, guys, you're gonna get sick of them, but don't worry, we're not gonna see most of them because they'll go down really easily. Especially once Pikachu's Thunder Shocks and other moves will start taking them down in one hit. Make sure to get a level up here. Alright, level 11 Pikachu. Alright, Pikachu's trying to learn Quick Attack. Alright. And I think I'm going to teach it to it. I'm going to forget Growl. Okay. And I'm going to learn Quick Attack. So Quick Attack is actually considered something, it's called a priority move. Certain moves in Pokemon have plus priority and minus priority. Quick Attack is a priority +1. So it doesn't really matter what a Pokemon's speed stat is. If you use Quick Attack, that Pokemon already gets priority, and it'll be able to use Quick Attack first. Unless your opponent's Pokemon has more speed, then its priority is faster. And in the same sense, there are moves that actually take away priority, so your Pokemon actually goes second. We'll get into those a little bit later. But yep, so Pikachu gets Quick Attack. It's a normal type move, so its attack and power is going to be based on Pikachu's physical attack stats. So let's just continue using Thunder Shock. Okay. I'll probably use Quick Attack here, just so that you don't waste any more Thunder Shock PP. And also because Caterpie just used String Shot, which, if you've been noticing, it lowers our speed. So like I said, Quick Attack gives us a plus priority, and thus we'll still go first. Because our speed is still a little bit higher. Okay. For them? Never mind. I thought that was just a shortcut earlier. Okay. A Weedle. Now, something they also introduced in Generation 3 were abilities. Pokemon have abilities now. Weedle's ability is actually pretty annoying, pretty nasty. It's Poison Point. So if you use any kind of contact move, basically any move that would make the two Pokemon make contact with each other, your Pokemon has a chance of being poisoned because of Weedle's Poison Point ability. So moves like Quick Attack, they technically make contact. So there's a chance that if I use Quick Attack against a Weedle, my Pokemon will become poisoned. Now, it's not because Quick Attack's a normal type move and is physical damage. There are some special attacking moves that do make contact. It's not one of those things that it tells you right out of the box. Something you definitely have to look up. But I guess you can imagine, if a Pokemon is using a tackle type move, in reality the Pokemon are ramming into each other. It's making contact. But some other moves aren't not a little more obvious, you could say. Okay. Alright, so this trainer, you can actually face this trainer, even though you can't look at them. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to check my Pikachu's health. Okay. Did you know the Pokemon evolve? Yes, I do. I mentioned it earlier. My Pokemon are going to be evolving soon. No, I won't be pulling the Ash card and not evolving my Pikachu, or my Bulbasaur rather. Still don't know why he doesn't do that. But anyway, I'm not one to look into the anime too much. There's too many flaws. Or I could probably spend days on talking about the anime. Okay, so you saw Metapod use Harden. I'm gonna use a Quick Attack anyway. Yeah. Even though with Harden, my Pikachu's attack stats are still high enough that it'll knock it out. Alright. Let's use Thunder Shock on this Caterpie. Now the cool thing about Thunder Shock is that it also has a chance of inflicting paralysis as well, which is pretty awesome. Okay. Close. Alright. Alright, Metapod. Another Metapod, jeez. I'd really like some Butterfrees, maybe? I mean, like I said, they're pretty good for this point of the game, but they would definitely give me a lot more experience. Alright, and there we go. The Thunder Shock inflicted paralysis, and Metapod's still going to use Harden. It's not that fast anyway, so paralysis is kind of overkill. And then Metapod's ability is actually Shed Skin, which actually gets rid of statuses. So there we go, so it actually has paralysis no more. And in case you were wondering, you could use the item Paralyzed Heal to actually get rid of paralysis. Okay. And we're level 12. Oh, I lost. Oh. Alright. We're almost there. There's the exit. We just gotta loop around once more. And we're almost out of here. Oh boy. Thankfully the encounter rates in Gen 1 aren't as bad as some later generations like Gen 5, for instance. Oh boy, the encounter rate. It's ridiculous. I mean, I guess they do it just because the routes in the game aren't that long. They're pretty short routes. So the dungeons themselves have really ridiculous encounter rates. I think there's an item down here. Yep. That's another potion. Free items are always great. Save money. You can use that money in other places, such as the game corner, maybe. Buy some great TMs there, which we're going to do a little bit later. Alright, what's the hurry? What's the rush? Well, yeah, I don't want to be here any longer than I need to be, especially with the time limit I'm running on. Alright. So, oh, Weedle. I can imagine this Weedle just saying, "You shall not pass," and then Pikachu just knocks it out with his Thunder Shock. Poison Sting? Oh boy. Think about Poison Sting, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but has a 30% chance of poison, which is really annoying. And though your Pokemon can't be doubly poisoned, which is a good thing. The thing about poison damage is, as you walk, your Pokemon's HP will actually go down, so you're going to want to use an antidote. Yep, just like that. Okay. That little animation there where you saw my Pikachu come closer to the screen, the closer your Pokemon comes to the screen, the happier it is, or the higher its happiness. Okay, I don't think anybody does anything here. Okay, alright. Evolution. There's a technique. You just hold down the B button while Pokemon is evolving. Okay. And we're here on the other side of Route 2. And we made it to Pewter City. Awesome, the first gen city in the game. Alright, thanks guys. So that's it for now. In the next part, we're going to explore Pewter City, and then we're going to get onto the Pewter Gym. Thanks so much for